watching a video on Matthias Wandel's YouTube page on making dowels, so I decided I'd give it a try. I designed this one on Google SketchUp first. This is my first version of it. Basically, I've got a solid block of wood through the middle. I've drilled a hole through the centre. I've got a plane blade. I've just drilled a few holes in the plane blade where you can adjust that blade. I've got an inlet hole that's big enough for that 12mm square section to go through, and an outlet hole at 8mm on the other side. It goes through the inlet hole. The blade tapers most of that timber off, and the outside bit of aluminium just pushes the grains in nice and tight. The good thing about this exit plate is that it ensures that your timber is exactly the size that you want. Also helps setting the blade up. It's very particular about the placement of the blade. Just the tiniest adjustment can mean it works well, or mean that it comes out very poor. Step one is to cut the timber into 12mm square sections. The timber I've got is 12mm already, so I just have to cut 12mm strips. Step two is to round the end of your timber off enough so it fits into your hand drill, and to round off the entry side of the timber so that it doesn't catch too much on the blade and cause it to jam inside the dowel maker. Secure your dowel maker into a vise. I find it's just as easy to saw off the dowel. And then remove what's left. Once you look closely at what's left, you can see the little difference where the bit of aluminium just squishes the fibres of the timber down a little bit. And I've just made a fairly useful dowel. The main benefit for me of making my own dowels is that if you run out of dowel and you really need something and you've got a class that requires it, often it might take a week or two to order some materials in. This way, if I need some dowel, I'll have it today. The second benefit is that I don't have to make dowel from the timber that the hardware use. Often I can get dowel made from pine, or I can get a Vic Ash version of it as well. But you can't get any sort of dark coloured timbers. I've tried red gum through this and it worked quite well, although you have to choose carefully when selecting red gum because the grain likes to wander off a fair bit. You've got to get fairly straight bits of grain for this. I've made blackwood dowels, and I've also made dowels from Mubu. Here's a couple of dowels that I made from blackwood. And this one particularly, you can see the characteristic colour changes from that timber. So the whole point of using different coloured timber for dowels is that instead of hiding your dowels, you expose them. You have them become a feature of your model. That can make a very simple butt join. You can use a drill a few holes in the side, hammer a few dowels in, cut them, sand them flat, and it makes it look a lot more fancy. Good for my students when when you want to make a project, you start for simple first. The student completes their work in time, has a bit of time to spare, and then can use the dowels to decorate the project and enhance the project.